here just along Union Hill Road. In fact, you can see, let me kind of set the scene here. You can see a number of satellite trucks and media from across the area here covering this story. Of course, the flashing lights, state troopers, and all the investigating units, paramedics, everyone right there blocked off on Highway 32 and Union Hill Road. If you go down that road, of course, that's where those scenes are that they've been investigating for several hours. If you go up this hill behind our camera, that is where Union Hill Church is. That's where a number of friends and family members of the victims have been gathering for several hours. We've been told by the state trooper here on the scene that there was a lot of frustration there, that they haven't been kept in the loop as much as the media has been kept in the loop this afternoon. But we've seen a lot of traffic going back and forth, heading up to the top of the hill. And we, of course, are continuing to monitor things here. But let's take a look at the scene as it played out earlier today as a perspective from Chopper 9 just earlier today. 8 people, again, dead, including 1 child. That is what we know. We know 3 other children in the home survived. Those survivors just 4 days old, 6 months old, and 3 years old. That 4-day-old was sleeping right next to a mother who was murdered. No arrests have been made. As you mentioned, Peebles High School, by the way, about 8 miles away, was put on what's called lockout just as a precautionary measure earlier today. Now, as you can imagine, the entire community is just in shock over this massacre. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. Our Jay Warren has been covering that aspect of this story all day today. Jay?
Well, Craig, they have been certainly taking this very hard. It's not something that any community would or should take lightly, but here, because it's more rural, there's a greater likelihood that people know this family, know who was involved in this, and it certainly has rocked the people around here in Adams and Pike County. The news of what happened traveled very quickly. Today I talked to Toby Smalley, who knew one of the victims.
We went to school with them, so we knew them, so that, that kind of brings it a little bit closer to home too. Yeah. And then plus they went to our church several years ago. Yeah. So that kind of makes it a little bit more, closer also.
He says while every community does see death, this one is of a much higher magnitude.
And this is a tragedy that we've never had to go through. We've lost people through car wrecks and cancer and sudden deaths for no reason, hunting accidents, but never like this.
He says he and the community will come together to support the family.
Adams County is a pretty tight-knit community. We feel hard when people lose family, and our church, Union Hill Church, it's gone through a lot of deaths, just like any community. We have a lot of deaths, and when somebody dies in the community, we take it hard.
And we do know that this family had attended Union Hill Church and left a few years ago. Certainly doesn't matter to this community or that church, because they are certainly at this hour embracing family and friends right now. And if we could just take a look right here, some of the cars that are heading across 32 there, they are coming from the church. They were just up the hill at the church, and this has been a major thoroughfare coming up and down this road where you see the reporters, etc. So they have been coming, flooding in here, trying to get connected and learn all that they can. But of course, once again, reaching out to this family who definitely needs the help tonight.